Is it possible to correct mistakes in pastels? That's what we're gonna talk today in this video lessons. My name is Miroslava and I'm the founder of Artefacto online learning platform. And I'm happy to see you all on our YouTube channel and to see people who strive to learn some new techniques and tricks in the sphere of art. So well done, and I hope you will like this video and it will be useful and helpful for you. But before we start, I would like to show you some of the paintings of our current students. All of them at some point were beginners and they started painting in adulthood. And now look what amazing paintings they are creating on their own. When you're painting with pastels, it's always possible to correct your mistakes, but not all people and not all beginners or even intermediate artists know about this. And in today's video lesson, Vlad Tatarinov is gonna share with you his tricks how to correct mistakes, how to overcome it, how to deal with it so that no one knows that there is some mistake on your drawing. And before we actually start, I would like to invite you to watch a free video lesson by Vlad Tatarinov, in which you're gonna produce amazingly beautiful flowers with pastel. It's designed for beginners and intermediates. So if you already have some experience in other mediums, like watercolor, oil, or any other, and you have no experience in pastel, that's exactly for you. If you already have some experience in pastel, that's also going to be great for you. So you will learn plenty of things about working with pastels, and at the end you're going to have your own pastel drawing. So take your chance and get registered via active link in the description to this video. And now I think everyone is ready to start and learn how to correct mistakes in pastels. So take your chance and watch the video.
Dear friends, you often ask me whether it is possible to correct the mistakes that you made while working with pastel, and what to do if you can understand that something is going wrong with your painting. You can easily correct all these things in pastel. Despite Wikipedia saying that it is very hard or even impossible to correct mistakes in pastel, fortunately it's not true. First, for example, you paint on abrasive paper that can handle many layers of paint. Look, here we have experimental spots. If you take another crayon and paint over the previous layer very densely, then there won't be any trace of what you had before. And the same goes for the pastel matte paper. You can make it in such a way that there is almost no previous layer. See? I'm painting densely, and this bright light spot becomes almost invisible. We have many other tools as well. If you really made a very serious mistake while painting, then if you work with only abrasive paper, you can take a hard household brush and scrub unnecessary layers. And you can blow everything off, and you can put another layer easier, and it won't interfere in the upper correct layers of pastel. If you work with a more gentle paper like pastel matte, then I won't advise you using a brush. If you work with Canson Me Tainted Touch or Senoyer, Lacarte. Then you can take a sponge. Here I'm showing it by the case of pastel matte paper. You are removing something unnecessary in the upper layer with a dry sponge. And you can correct your mistakes like this. And here is the last way, which is more radical. It suits only pastel matte paper. If you don't like what you are doing at all, you can take a wet sponge, and you can even use a water jet to water away all your mistakes. As you can see, I have already washed this piece of paper. And pastel matte can bear all your mistakes and won't lose its quality. Now we should wait when the paper becomes dry, and then you can work with it again with all your inspiration. So don't be afraid to paint with pastel. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Your mistakes can be corrected, and the pleasure you are getting while painting with pastel cannot be compared to anything else.
So I hope you learned a lot of useful tricks and some secret tricks which you didn't know before. If that's the case, do not forget to like this video and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That really means a lot to us. So if you give us some positive feedback that that's the content you wanted to see, that's something useful for you, we'll continue doing it. And it's all dependent on your feedback, as you're in the center of our school. So I hope that was useful, and if you have any questions unanswered, so please write them in the comments. Also, maybe you can specify any techniques or any mistakes which are the most difficult for you and you don't know how to deal with them. You can describe your case in the comments under this video, and we'll try to give you some tips, maybe explain it even in more details in our next videos. So I also remind you to not forget to get registered for a free online lesson by Vladislav Tatarinov, and which you're gonna make an amazingly beautiful flower and also learn about glazing technique in pastel and about some basic principles of working with pastel. So take a chance and improve your artistic skills. See you. Bye bye.